welcome back to my channel. My name is Brooklyn and today's video is a wrap-up type of video, and as I have been participating in 2 readathons this month, I thought I would switch them up, even though I've been reading the same books for both, but just to show you what prompts I completed for both separate readathons. So for this video, it's going to be BucketList-A-Thon, which is created by the lovely Danni from Danni Dabbles. I will link her channel down below. Please go give her a follow. She is amazing and such a beautiful human. And I really had fun doing this. I liked how you could pick an easy mode or a hard mode, and because I was participating in Get a Clue readathon, which is the other readathon that I'll have another video for, I really needed the easy mode, so it made this a lot better and feel like I could actually complete this, which is really nice because a lot of readathons I don't complete in its like entirety. I only get like halfway through and I don't feel as good when I don't complete something. So it was really nice to actually complete a readathon and tick everything off on this list, even if it was just the easy mode. So I will have a graphic up here of what the easy mode was, and I was able to do this. I'm a bit iffy about one of them because I don't know if it counts, but I'm going to count it because it was just one of them. But yeah, I thought today I would go through this list with you and show you what I did, because this was such a great list of prompts, I think, and you could use the same book for a lot of them, so that was really good as well. But I ended up reading a lot of books in this month, so it made it a lot easier to actually complete this. For the first one, it was read a book off of your physical TBR, and for this I picked Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. This was a book I was sent by HarperCollins Australia, and I love Tessa Bailey, as you all know. It's hiding behind the Christmas tree here, but I have quite the collection of her books going at the moment, and it's growing every day at this point. But I really enjoyed this one. It was so cute and just what you need from a Christmas romance book. It had all of the tropes that you want in a Tessa Bailey book. The story in this was also really enjoyable. These two coming together to hopefully bring back their mother's band that broke up ages ago and they haven't talked since. So that was really cool aspect. Their mums were really cool, like giving Daisy Jones and the Six vibes. Beat and Melody were these two, their names, and I loved that. I didn't care how cheesy it was, and the fact that one of the quotes was "there is no beat without melody" was, I don't know, usually that's a bit cringe, but I loved it. It was, you know, Christmas romance isn't cringe. I don't care what happens. The lead up to Christmas and the fact that there was like a big event and like kind of a reveal at the end as well. But yeah, Tessa Bailey's writing is always really great and funny and just really enjoyable. For the next one, it was continue a series, and for this I had started Haunting Adeline at the start of last month for October, and I had started this as well, Hunting Adeline, and I finished this off in November, and oh my gosh, these books, I have a lot of thoughts. A vlog is coming. It's very chaotic because this was chaos. I don't really want to say too much on this because it is like the second book. Even though this was a duet, I'm kind of counting it as a series because, you know, it's fine. But I ended up giving both of these books 5 stars. They just hit me in a way I didn't expect. This one especially was very different to the first one in so many different ways. This had a lot of graphic, like really graphic violence and lots of things. You need to look up the trigger warnings for these books. I do not say that lightly at all. Like, this had me crying and questioning the world. Like, this stuff happens in real life and it's actually horrible. If you've read it, you would know what I'm talking about, but like, yeah, to read this book, it was a lot, and I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with this, but overall I really enjoyed it and I had a fun time. It was funny. Like, this book was actually really funny because of one specific character. and I wasn't expecting that. It would just be randomly funny in like the worst times because I guess comic relief, but like, oh my gosh. But yeah, it kind of made me question my morals, like what does, oh my gosh, I found my bookmark. Sorry, but I've been looking for that bookmark for like a month. I found it. Happy days. Anyway, I love this. Questioned my morals, questioned everything I ever considered to be normal. And yeah, I will reread this very soon, I think, because I loved it. The next book I read was Sheets, and this completed the prompt of reading a book off your 2023 to read list. This one I've had on my like to read list for a few years now. It was very popular in BookTube like a few years ago, but it looks so cute, and it was exactly that. I read this for the chaos like 48-hour readathon for Get a Clue, but it works really well for this prompt because I've been wanting to read it for ages, and it was so quick, so sweet. It was nothing like I thought, like I didn't really know what it was about, and it ended up being a really nice story, a really nice communication of grief and kind of not like an afterlife, but I don't know, how people deal with grief and what things mean to different people and how different people grieve. So I really liked that aspect, and I wasn't really expecting that, so that was really nice. Now this next one, I wasn't too sure, but I read One of Us is Lying, and I technically did buddy read this because I read it with a lot of people in my group, my mustard team for Get a Clue, and so I'm counting that as a buddy read because a lot of us were reading at the same time and we were sharing our thoughts. So I guess that is a buddy read. This was really good, and this also counts as a book out of my comfort zone because I never read like mystery or thriller or anything like that. I only stay in the romantasy genre, and I need to get out of it. That's actually one of my goals for next year. I just realized I haven't been saying what I rated them, but you've overall got the gist of what I rated these. Basically all of them are 4 or 5 stars. Let me just say that now. I really enjoyed this, and a lot of people in my group did as well, so it was a really great buddy read. The next one is participating in a readathon, which check and check. Participated in 2 readathons. I do want to say I was a lot more present in the Get a Clue readathon just because I was a host of that one, but next year I would really love to participate in this readathon a lot more, and I'm so thankful for Danni for including me in her sprints and just being a fabulous host and creator of a readathon. She's done such an amazing job, and I for sure will be participating again. For the next one, it was read from an author you have loved in the past, and this one I read F.R.I.E.N.D.S by C.S. Becat. As you will see like right behind me just there, I have loved C.S. Becat in the past, and I've always wanted to pick up her graphic novel series, and this one was perfect. It's one of my favorite books of like the year, even though it's like graphic novel. It's definitely my favorite graphic novel of the year. I'm so glad I picked this up. I knew I would enjoy it. She just does, well, not that it was technically gay romance yet. I'm just gonna say that. She does male-male relationships really well. Like, I don't know like how she does it, but she does a really good gay relationship, and I appreciate that a lot. I don't know what I'm saying. Basically, I'm saying I loved it, and I cannot wait for these books to come out. I need more of them. It's so addictive. I also read a Goodreads nominee, Assistant to the Villain. This was really great. This was, I think, in the mystery one. I don't actually remember what it's in. I'll put here if I find where it is in, but it was in the Goodreads nomination stuff, awards, whatever. I love this book. One of my favorite books of the year as well. I've read so many great books this month. I'm just realizing this, which is really great. Everything about this book was amazing. I just needed it, and I wasn't expecting it. It does pitch as The Office meets Once Upon a Time, and I can see the Office humour in it. It's definitely not like The Office, the Assistant to the Villain name of it, but the humour's definitely there from that. But I haven't seen Once Upon a Time, so I can't really speak on that. But I would say it was all around a really cool fantasy, but not too fantasy. Like, it had no background world building at all, which I quite liked. It was kind of us being thrown into the story and expected to know the way of the world and why this guy's the villain, what she's doing with her life, what's happened, which I quite liked. I don't really often read stuff like that. It kind of gave me TJ Klune vibes, and yeah, I think it was really well written and I really enjoyed it and cannot wait for the next book in this series as well. Of course, I always support fellow content creators. I will link below some of my bookish friends. I love them and I've been participating in so many sprints this month. It's been such a great time and I love everyone on this community. You guys are honestly the best people ever. Lastly, I did make a lot of progress in my yearly reading goal this month specifically. I completed my Goodreads goal of reading 80 books, so now I have actually read about 85, which is just crazy. I am really surprised I got to this point because this year has been crazy for me, but I think it's been one of my best reading years yet, so I'm hoping I can make it to 100 by the end of the year. Probably not gonna be happening, but I'll get pretty close, and next year I will definitely be moving that goal up to 100 books. So yes, that is all for this video. Hope you enjoy. If you enjoyed, please remember to like and comment. Let me know what you read this month, if you participated in a readathon, and if you haven't already, subscribe. I do lots of fun videos, lots of vlogs, lots of sprints, and yeah, I hope to see you all sometime soon in my next video. Bye!